Flights of Fancy.
Welcome to our new series, Flights of Fancy.
Oh, you're too kind. In this episode, we're going to discuss why you should even care about flight, let alone be fascinated by it.
You may be wondering how we're going to do that. Well, by showing you all the cool stuff flight's done.
The world before flight was pretty boring. It was pre-1900. No internet, no computers, no colour, or even televisions.
Yeah, I think colour existed, Finn.
Actually, I'll have you know I have video evidence.
Just believe him, it's easier that way.
As I was saying, there was no colour, there was no internet, no visiting faraway places. All in all, it was pretty boring.
And then in 1903, the Wright brothers achieved the first manned flight and begun to spark the revolution in what we believe was possible.
The reaction was sceptical at first. Many major businesses and governments thought they were nothing but lies. But once more eyewitness reports started flooding in, it was not long till the entire world started wondering just how far they could take this.
The knowledge we gained from learning to fly was extraordinary. Here's some of the things it amounted to. Thing 1.
Jay?
Yes, Finn, what is the super important thing you have to tell me?
Well...
Tell me, Finn, tell me! Oh.
Jay, stay on task. Okay, what do you think of when I say man's greatest achievement?
The recliner.
Yes, Jay, all of man's endless hopes and dreams, as well as thousands of years of innovation, was to create something for you to nap in.
No need for the attitude, Finn. And anyway, have you seen such beautiful lines? Custom measured armrests, only the finest leather.
You okay? Need some time alone?
It's fine.
Anyway, the correct answer was going to the moon!
Well, I guess that was pretty cool. Tell me when I can sleep on the moon, though.
Anyway, that in itself was flight, and that's not the only cool place flight has brought us. Voyager 1, the deep space probe, has reached over 1 billion miles into space. But it's not just millions and millions of miles away that flight has proved useful. Planes have helped us survey huge areas of land, like dense rainforests and huge deserts.
And helicopters have really helped when accessing hard-to-reach places like mountaintops or cliff faces.
Exactly. Also, flight has opened up exploring the world. To not only those with training or insanity, but for anyone who wants to go anywhere.
Yeah, sure, it can be used for exploring the moon or for creating more accurate representations of our own planet. But for the majority of us, it's just a way for us to connect and expose ourselves to others. Thing 2.
Wind turbines, / making our planet less burny.
Wind turbines, really?
I know it seems a bit unconventional, but yeah, wind turbines are hugely influenced by flight. They're all about catching and using the wind to the best of their ability. A wing is all about manipulating the wind and air pressure.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Just look at the difference from olden-style windmills to what we have now.
Not only that, but the invention of the modern wind turbine comes from the jet engine and how they both work. They both work by when the wind hits the fans, and because of the shape of the wing and how it's angled, the wind pushes them sideways, except one spins a turbine to make power, and the other propels a plane so it can get off the ground.
Thing 3! Oh my god, look at his little face, Finn. Look at his little face!
Jay, calm. It's just a cat of the internet. We have a video to do, remember?
But look at his tiny face, Finn. Why can't fly and cats get together more often?
Well, actually, you're not wrong. Fly has plenty to do with how we communicate and how we share adorable cats.
Flight was one of the largest influencers of the global communication revolution by a huge amount. Before flight, communication was viewed in a different light, and while long-range communication was available in the form of not only letters but telegrams and the telephone, this isn't the communication we're talking about.
We're talking about the communication of culture and government between different groups and countries.
I know that may sound like a hell of a weird statement, but it becomes more obvious if we break it down.
What we mean by that is that the ability to travel and by definition appear and experience things and events in person has affected how we communicate our culture to others.
This, although seeming to be insignificant, is actually a huge part of modern life. Imagine if every little community could only experience the culture of their past. Many of the things we have today would not exist.
This communication also extends, like we said, to governmental things. Flight has been invaluable in creating bonds between countries, allowing the leaders of countries to meet in person and resolve conflicts between them quicker.
What does this have to do with internet cats again, Finn?
Good question!
You didn't actually write this bit of the script, did you?
Moving on!
Thing 4, and please remember to remind Finn he's not a motorcycle. You know something, Finn?
What, Jay?
Out of all the crazy, obscure ways we've taken this question, we never once really focused on the most obvious one.
What would that be?
Duh, transport. Flight has affected transport in the biggest way possible. It created an entirely new area.
Not only that, but it has inspired innovation in how we can transport goods and people in the future.
Commercial flight has become a simple part of life for many. It has become a tool for some. But that doesn't degrade its previous standing as a fascinating and powerful thing. So what have we learnt, Finn?
We, or at the very least you lot, now understand some of the reasons why flight is so important to us, and some of the things it has helped with.
Of course, this is just nowhere near the end of this topic. In reality, we have barely scratched the surface. Just how much flight has influenced the rest of the world is like a wave. We can tell where it all roughly started, and even see things it was hit by. But everything under the surface is a mystery.